2 Kings 1 through 18. Devotional focus verse. And he said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Forasmuch as thou hast sent messengers to enquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron, is it not because there is no God in Israel to enquire of his word? Therefore thou shalt not come down off that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. 2 Kings 1:16. The other day in a department store, I saw a woman I took to be a salesperson and asked about a specific product. She looked at me rather blankly and said, I'm not a store employee. With an apology, I went on my way a little embarrassed. Perhaps you've done the same thing. Or maybe you have been the recipient of such a question. In either case, it can be a slightly awkward situation, and the person needing an answer must continue to seek for it. In today's text, King Ahaziah was on his deathbed, and he turned to a false god to inquire whether he would live or die. Confusion about a clerk in a department store is an innocent error, but this wicked king knew better when he made this deliberate choice to consult Baal-zebub. As a result, God sent Elijah to ask the question, Is it not because there is no God in Israel to enquire of his word? 2 Kings 1:16. He then prophesied Ahaziah's death because of his sin. Every day we need answers for situations that face us. Some are inconsequential. A few are weighty enough that an incorrect answer could change the very course of our lives. King Ahaziah's question was a matter of life and death. Whether our questions are big or small, who do we ask about them? Do we take our concerns to the Lord? Or sometimes, like Ahaziah, do we seek out other sources for answers to our problems? Though there is nothing wrong in seeking godly advice from fellow Christians, we must not fail to bring our questions to God in prayer. God wants to show himself strong on our behalf. When we take our concerns to him, it helps us draw closer to him, and it also gives him the opportunity, through answering our prayers, to build our faith and bring glory to himself. God is near today, just waiting for us to ask. Let's go to the right source for our answers. Background information. 80 years before the close of the book of 1 Kings, the country of Israel had been split into two kingdoms, Israel and Judah. The book of 2 Kings opens as Ahaziah, who was as wicked as his father Ahab, began his reign over Israel. Jehoshaphat was king of Judah. The only information the Bible contains regarding Ahaziah is in 2 Chronicles 20:35 through 37. This gives the account of Jehoshaphat forming an alliance with Ahaziah to construct ships to go to Tarshish. The prophet Eliezer told Jehoshaphat that because of Ahaziah's wickedness, their venture would not be fruitful, but the ships would be broken. This prophecy came to pass. Ahaziah reigned only 2 years over Israel, see 1 Kings 22:51, and then suffered an accident which eventually killed him. The book of 2 Kings provides the account of this accident and follows with Elijah's final confrontation with a king of Israel before the prophet was taken up to heaven. After Ahaziah's accident, he wished to know if he would live or die, so he chose to seek answers from Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron. Baal-zebub was a different god than Baal, the Canaanite god that Ahab and Jezebel worshipped. The temple for Baal-zebub was in a city named Ekron, and this god was believed to have prophetic power. Some Bible scholars say that the word Baal-zebub, which meant Lord of the Flies, insects that bring disease and death, was a purposeful distortion by the Jews of the name Baal-zebul, meaning Lord Prince, who was considered a god of health and life. Ahaziah showed his complete disregard for the true God of Israel when he chose to call upon this false god for answers. Consequently, God pronounced a judgment of death upon him. Elijah confronted Ahaziah as he had previously confronted Ahab, his father. At first, the message was delivered by Ahaziah's servants. When Ahaziah found out that Elijah had sent the message, he directed a captain and 50 men to retrieve him. The first two captains and their bands of 50 soldiers each seemed to have as much disdain for God and his prophet as Ahaziah did himself. Fire from God was sent as punishment for their attitudes. The third captain who came to Elijah was a wiser man than his predecessors and demonstrated an attitude of respect and humility. His life and those of his company were spared. Ahaziah died as God had said he would, and his brother Jehoram, another of Ahab's sons, became king of Israel. Conclusion. As we go through our daily lives, we can purpose to take all of our matters to the Lord in prayer. Big or small, God will work for us when we choose to seek Him first.
The second book of the Kings, chapter 1. Then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab, and Ahaziah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria, and was sick. And he sent messengers, and said unto them, Go, enquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this disease. But the angel of the Lord said to Elijah the Tishbite, Arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria, and say unto them, Is it not because there is not a God in Israel, that ye go to enquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron? Now therefore thus saith the Lord, Thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. And Elijah departed. And when the messengers turned back unto him, he said unto them, Why are ye now turned back? And they said unto him, There came a man up to meet us, and said unto us, Go, turn again unto the king that sent you, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Is it not because there is not a God in Israel, that thou sendest to enquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron? Therefore thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. And he said unto them, What manner of man was he which came up to meet you, and told you these words? And they answered him, He was an hairy man, and girt with a girdle of leather about his loins. And he said, It is Elijah the Tishbite. Then the king sent unto him a captain of 50 with his 50, and went up to him. And behold, he sat on the top of an hill. And he spake unto him, Thou man of God, the king hath said, Come down. And Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, If I be a man of God, then let fire come down from heaven, and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven, and consumed him and his 50. Again also he sent unto him another captain of 50 with his 50. And he answered and said unto him, O man of God, thus hath the king said, Come down quickly. And Elijah answered and said unto them, If I be a man of God, let fire come down from heaven, and consume thee and thy 50. And the fire of God came down from heaven, and consumed him and his 50. And he sent again a captain of the third 50 with his 50. And the third captain of 50 went up, and came and fell on his knees before Elijah, and besought him, and said unto him, O man of God, I pray thee, let my life and the life of these 50 thy servants be precious in thy sight. Behold, there came fire down from heaven, and burnt up the two captains of the former 50s with their 50s. Therefore let my life now be precious in thy sight. And the angel of the Lord said unto Elijah, Go down with him, be not afraid of him. And he arose and went down with him unto the king. And he said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Forasmuch as thou hast sent messengers to enquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron, is it not because there is no God in Israel to enquire of his word? Therefore thou shalt not come down off that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. So he died according to the word of the Lord which Elijah had spoken. And Jehoram reigned in his stead in the 2nd year of Jehoram the son of Jehoshaphat king of Judah, because he had no son. Now the rest of the acts of Ahaziah, which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel?